My name's Baxter, and this is MUYAYA, and she grew up in the Congo, and I'm gonna interview her about her childhood. All right. What town or city did you grow up in?
I grew up in the capital
The capital?
of Congo. It's Democratic Republic of Congo.
Okay.
They call it in short DRC.
All right. Cool.
There are two Congos in Africa.
What's the other one?
Popular Congo.
Okay. All right.
And the city that I grew up is Kinshasa.
Kinshasa.
That's right.
All right. That sounds cool. Did you receive your education in the Democratic Republic of the Congo?
Yes. From elementary to high school and university.
Oh, really? So it was like a school, right?
Yes.
What was it like? Was it big or small?
It was a big school. That's the capital.
Really? How many people were in your class?
Wow. Depend which class. I remember when I was in first grade, it was like 50.
50.
Yes.
How many classes were there?
There were many classes. I mean, you stay in one class. The teacher, only one teacher teach you everything.
Oh, really?
And then when I went to like third grade, we were like 20. Yeah, which means they may have more teachers.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. The house that you lived in, what was that like? Was
Yes.
that big?
It was like a 3-bedroom house. I grew up with my brother, my older brother, and my mom and my dad.
So 4 people in your family?
Yes, 4 people in my family, but Congo is a family is not just most of the time it's not just mom, dad, and children. It's like cousins that need help. You don't have to adopt that. They can come. Uncles can come. They stay with you 3 months, 6 months. They move on with their life because we were in the capital, which make more opportunity to people. It's like here. New Orleans is a bigger city, and people from country may come, right? And to maybe for a better opportunity, things like that. So we were always in the house, maybe 7, 8 people.
Oh, so it's so it was always different. is what you're
It
saying.
was different.
All right. Did you play like games or activities with your friends in your free time?
Yes.
What games did you
Oh
play?
yes, so many games. I don't know how to explain it. Do you know that game that people jump and do this and go?
Hopscotch.
Hopscotch, I played that. And singing and dancing on the street. It was not like we need to be supervised, but parents were there looking, close looking. It was, safety was there. That's what I grew up very happy. Very happy childhood.
Sounds cool.
Yes.
Like y'all were just dancing in front of other people?
Dancing and playing and jumping, all of that.
That sounds fun.
And climbing trees, things like that, yeah.
What language did you speak in the Democratic Republic of the Congo?
That's a good question. There are many languages in Democratic Republic of Congo,
Yeah.
but there are 4 main ones. In Kinshasa, we were speaking Lingala. Lingala.
Alright.
In the Kinshasa is in the west part of DRC.
Okay.
In the east part, they speak Swahili.
Mm-hmm.
Many people heard about Swahili. In the west part, where my parents went, it's Kikongo. And then in the middle part of DRC, it is Chiluba.
Oh.
So those are the main languages. So when I was playing with my friends outside, which language I was speaking? Lingala. When you go to school, no Lingala. You leave your Lingala outside. You speak French.
So is French more formal?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. And then when you go inside your house, you want to speak your parents' language, which is Congo.
Yeah. All right. How'd you get to your school? Was there like a mode of transportation that you used?
Yes, there are cars, there are buses, there were
Oh.
buses, but the country is becoming worse and worse with the economy.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yes, and in elementary school, I walked. It was not far. It was maybe 1 mile.
1 mile? Well, that's still far, but
That's not far. That's nothing. Yeah, and in middle school, I went to a boarding school.
oh,
Yeah,
is that fun? Or
yes.
really?
In my country, boarding school is for rich people. And I was one of the poor ones. So I was so happy that I was in the boarding school.
Oh,
So I did middle school in the boarding school and high school back in Kinshasa. Middle school was far away we call it province, because the country is divided in province or region. When I was growing up, there were like 8 of it. And I was in the back Congo. That's where I did my boarding school.
oh, okay. So like changing schools, was that hard to adjust?
No. I mean, I say,
Or confident?
he's here and she just came from her house like me. So there's no difference between you and me, so I was good.
Did you know anybody there when you went from?
No,
Boarding.
but you know, they had a system that there is a older sister who is gonna welcome you and show you around maybe for a month, and then you get used to it.
So it's just girls at that school?
Yeah, it was just girls.
Oh, that's what we do at our school.
It was just girls. Even my high school was just girls, but there were some high school that was boys and girls.
Okay. What was the food like in the Congo?
Delicious.
What was your favorite?
My favorite is fish. I eat fish a lot. Even now, me and my husband now we don't like red meat too much. So fish was my favorite, and a lot of vegetable, because people can just garden behind their backyard
Yeah.
and have vegetable.
Doesn't cost any money.
Yeah, it doesn't cost any money. And people trade food.
Yeah.
You have tomato, I have vegetable. You have rice, and I have this. We can just take from each other.
That's smart.
And yes,
So there wasn't like a lot of money spending.
no,
That sounds cool. What was your religion?
I grew up Catholic.
Catholic? Oh.
But
How often did you like pray or worship? Did you go anywhere to do that?
oh yeah, there is a big church called St. Francis.
St. Francis.
Yeah, and because I grew up, even though it is in Kinshasa, there are some, they call it commune. There were 24 of them in Kinshasa, and I was in Kitambo, and there is a big church well known. And my mom worked as a cook for seminary students. Yeah, so she is very much involved in Catholic. But when I grew up, I changed. I became Baptist.
Okay. So what was your father's job then?
My father worked for, how do you say it, for the government?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
How many times a week did you go to this church, St. Francis?
Oh, we were busy. We were busy because you have to take some classes to have the first communion,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to be there. If you don't pass those classes, you are not gonna have your first communion. You are not gonna have that. And every Sunday, my mom makes sure that we are in the church. It was, to me, a good foundation to know about life, to count on God in many things, instead of counting on anybody else, but to look after God. That's what I like about it.
So when you moved to America, were there any challenges
Yes.
in doing so? Like what?
Yes. When I came into America, I was already married.
You were? What age was that?
I got married age of 27.
Oh.
So when I came here, I came with 3 children.
That's
Yeah.
a hassle.
Yeah. My oldest was 7,
Mm-hmm.
my son was 5, and my youngest was 1.
Oh.
And then we got 1 here in the United States, which make her American, and we were not American, so we had to apply to become American.
Does that dog
That's already a challenge.
is that a son or a daughter? The American.
A daughter.
Is it does she speak lingua
Lingala,
or Lingala or French?
just a little bit. They all speak French.
Oh, okay. But like mainly it's English.
Hmm.
Okay.
They went to school, all of them, in a French program.
Alright. And one more. Why did you move to America?
Oh, that's a good question. When we were in Congo, in Kinshasa, my husband was working with CDC,
Mm-hmm.
Center for Disease Control,
Okay.
which is here in Atlanta. They had a project in Congo. One project is like a job. And my husband, it was one of their doctors. And when there was a kind of civil war, all of those Americans were from the United States who was in Congo had to leave. And they said, we're gonna give you a favor, get a visa for you and your family to come to school here. So my husband came here for Tulane.
Okay. He went to Tulane?
Mhm.
Alright, that's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you, that's it.
That was good.